Since there are people in this world, they always try to evolve. This required vast amounts of energy which mankind originally got from the forests, initially only for fire and light. Later, with the onset of industrialization, the pure energy of the wood reached its limit. The discovery of coal and its various applications goes far beyond that, and allowed a massive development called the Industrial Revolution. With the research for the liquefaction of coal, the way for the invention of plastics and the numerous applications was given. That industrialization also had negative impacts, which at the time few people realized.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First of all, I want to say thanks for the unique possibility to get introduced in this modern power plant.
Also, I'd like to show you how we actually work. I thought it would be informative to show you how the actual procedure is to gain energy from coal in our area. The coal mines are far away from our coal-fired power station, so they are delivered by trucks every day. As you can see, this is the place where the trucks arrive in the early mornings to bring the precious coal to us. Our truck driver Rick Sarrington will tell you about the particulars, how we deposited the coal in our storage hall complex.
Those are really huge trucks. How much can you carry around with one per ride?
We are proud of our trucks. Those are pretty brand new and they can carry around 95 tons per load.
Where does the coal actually come from?
Well, in a perimeter of 25 miles we have about 4 mine shafts. The coal is then delivered by our trucks. The ride time is very long and depends on the condition of the streets, because they are full of roll tools. The heaviness of the delivery is another factor, why we need a lot of time. We drive around 3 hours to arrive here at the power plant and get back to the mine shafts in a 12-hour shift work.
Thank you very much for your detailed explanation and keep on the good drive.
Those are the minecarts, which bring the coal to the below-ground furnaces via a railway system.
We begin with a crude overview of the workplaces. We now can see the previous mentioned minecarts, which carry the coal from our disposal to our power plant via a nifty railway system. This is the inner or the actual power plant. As you can see, we need a lot of different power units to guarantee a valuable workflow. To our left, there's the main pump with the heat exchange water, also called cooling water. Above are again the minecarts which deliver coal to fire the kiln furnaces. They drive into the distribution system which carry the coal to the below-ground kiln furnaces. To our right, on Hall 2, you can see enormous red superheated steam pipes. Those are important to fire the engines of the huge turbine they need the steam to work with. After the steam has passed the turbines, it is sent by other pipes to the outer area where the cooling towers are located. The condensed recycled cooling water will be reverted and leads back to the cooling circuit. After that, we need less fresh cooling water of the river to fire the whole factory. Here you can see one of our 4 furnaces. They are operating around the clock. The daily consumption of all kiln furnaces is about 3,500 tons of coal. The kiln furnaces are furthermore equipped with a dislagging construction. That's why we don't have to turn off the burning kiln while they get cleaned. And the pipes leading to the back are the exhaust pipes that carry the combustion gases through a filter into the chimneys. Here you can see one of our 4 generators. If the turbines run at full capacity, the generators produce a total capacity of about 3,600 megawatts at peak load. We use different turbine designs to superior compensate temperature variation in the superheated steam. Can I help you any further with answers to any of your questions?
Well, I think that is all that is interesting to the viewers. I want to say thanks again, also in the name of all of our viewers, for the interesting detailed interview.
Today, dear audience, we have the unique chance to give us a guidance through a factory of plastic industry. We have been invited by the leader of the company himself, who tries to give us further details of the factory and all the procedure.
I welcome you and your audience. My name is Marcos de Souza, and I am the director of this factory. First, I would like to start with some general statements about our responsibilities before we begin our tour. The factory you can see was established in 1924 and is continuously still operating. As you can see, it has been modernized with the times for new technologies. At the beginning, it was our job to produce plastics from coal over the path of coal liquefaction. Meanwhile, our major task is the recycling of plastic waste.
It's hard to believe how your job has changed its position with the changing times. Are there any parts of the old plastic production facilities? Is this factory still using the coal liquefaction?
There are still some parts of the old factory equipment which were integrated into new functions. We will see them during our walking tour, which we will begin now. We are here at the beginning of the recycling complex. Just behind here, the yellow machine is our shredder, where we cut arriving plastic waste to pieces. The big compressor on the left side delivers the compressed air to remove the dirt from the remaining plastic particles.
Are there other kinds of fouling that must be removed from the plastic?
Of course, primarily we are recycling PET bottles, so we have to eliminate contained residues of drinks. This is done by melting the plastic flakes, the preliminary stage to plastic granules. We are now at the heart of the complex, the melting furnaces. Caused by the high temperatures in the boiling room of about 157 degrees Fahrenheit, we could only watch into this room through the quartz glass windows. Originally, these furnaces were fired with coal, but now we do this with heavy oil.
So the shredded plastic flakes are melted and processed here?
Not exactly. Only the hot air is generated here, which is required one floor higher for the operations you mentioned. Follow me, please. In the yellow cylinders are the above-mentioned processes of melting and granulation. Because the plastic granules are still very hot, they cool down in these silver tubes by using compressed air, and in the same way the granules were blown into the storage tanks on the factory area. We will now take a look at the side to these storage tanks. We will also pass over the initially referred old buildings. Here on the left you can see the pipes, which transfer the already cooled granules to the tanks. The spherical tank to our right is used to store the heavy oil needed to burn the furnaces.
Is the factory running on full capacity?
Presently, our factory is running about 65% of its maximum capacity.
When I take a look on the chimneys, I thought that the factory is running at full capacity. Are you filtering the produced exhaust gases in any kind?
Well, unfortunately, the funds for the filter systems were never approved.
Well, I see. Thanks for that insightful interview and guide through your plastic factory.
Because the profit a country earns from nearshore oil is never seen by the citizens of the country. They become unsatisfied, only noticing the increase in pollution and lack of enforcement from the government. So it's obvious they are trying to protect the rights as citizens, but eco-terrorism is too prominent. Primarily, they are trying to act against offshore platforms and oil tankers, without being aware of the consequential damages.
Captain, we have major problems out there. Try to attack us.